You think you know Superman, the cape, the suit, the Kansas farm boy. But what if it's all a cover story? Beneath the legend lies a secret history, twisted timelines, forbidden powers, and truths DC tried to bury. In this video, we're starting with part 1. We uncover 10 shocking truths about the Man of Steel that will shatter everything you thought you knew. And by the end, that S won't stand for what you think it does. Fact 1. Superman was born from real-life grief. Before the cape, before the comics, there was a crime. In 1932, Jerry Siegel's father was murdered during a robbery. No suspects, no justice, just silence. That same year, Jerry, just 17, wrote about a man who couldn't be shot, a man who couldn't be stopped. Superman wasn't born in space, he was born out of grief. Every leap, every rescue, every punch was Jerry rewriting the moment he couldn't save his father. Behind the world's strongest hero is a boy who was powerless, and a myth he built to feel in control again. Fact 2. Superman was originally a bald villain. Believe it or not, Superman didn't start off as a hero. In 1933, his creators imagined him as a bald, evil villain, with telepathic powers and a hunger for control. He wasn't saving the world, he wanted to rule it. They called it the Reign of the Superman, a story where power meant domination. But something changed. That same power was reimagined. Instead of crushing the weak, this new Superman protected them. The villain became a symbol of hope. But that original dark version, he never really disappeared. You can still spot him in Lex Luthor, in twisted timelines like Injustice, and in every moment, Superman struggles with the weight of his power. Because deep down, he's always one choice away from becoming what he was never meant to be. Fact 3. Superman was sold for $130. In 1938, two young men, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, sold Superman for just $130. Not thousands, not royalties, just enough for a couple months' rent. Soon, Superman exploded. Comics, radio, toys, everything. DC made millions, then billions. But Jerry and Joe? They were pushed aside, forgotten. They spent decades fighting in court, begging to be recognized as Superman's true creators. While their heroes soared, they struggled in silence. Behind the S is a sad truth. The men who gave us Superman were never treated like heroes themselves. Fact 4. Superman couldn't fly until animators cheated. Did you know Superman couldn't fly when he first appeared? He just jumped like a super-powered grasshopper. That's where leap-tall buildings in a single bound came from. But in the 1940s, Fleischer Studios started animating. And honestly, watching Superman hop around looked pretty silly. So the animators bent the rules. They made him float then fly. It looked cooler, and audiences loved it. The comics followed, and suddenly, flying was official. So one of Superman's greatest powers, it came from a shortcut that turned into genius. Fact 5. Superman's original weakness was vegetables. Kryptonite wasn't always Superman's weakness. In the early 1940s, writers actually had a different idea. Earth's vegetables. Yeah, they thought chlorophyll might poison him because his alien body couldn't handle it. Weird, right? Even for comics. So instead, they came up with kryptonite, but not in the comics. It first appeared on radio so the voice actor could take a vacation. While Superman lay weak, the actor got a break. That random radio trick, it became one of the most iconic weaknesses ever. Fact 6. The S meant nothing. You know that famous S on Superman's chest? Today, it stands for hope in Kryptonian, but originally, it meant nothing. Just a cool-looking S for Superman. No deep meaning, no alien language, just branding. It wasn't until 2004's Birthright comic that they gave it a backstory, and Zack Snyder ran with it in his films. So for most of Superman's life, that powerful symbol was just a fancy letter. Fact 7. Superman took down the Triple K. In 1946, Superman faced a real-world enemy, the Ku Klux Klan. The writers of his radio show teamed up with an activist who had secretly infiltrated the Klan. He gave them everything: secret codes, rituals, even member ranks. Superman used it all in a 16-part radio storyline. He exposed the Triple K on air, and Almost overnight, their power crumbled. Membership dropped. People stopped fearing them. Superman didn't just punch villains in comics. He fought hate in real life. Fact 8. Banned by the Nazis. In 1940, Nazi Germany banned Superman. Why? Because in one comic, Superman did the unthinkable. He punched Hitler right in the face. The artwork, created by 2 Jewish artists. The message, loud and clear. Superman stood against hate. To the Nazis, he wasn't just a cartoon. He was a symbol of rebellion. In a red cape. It wasn't just fiction. It was courage on a comic book page. Fact 9. Superman sued Captain Marvel out of existence. Back in the 1940s, Superman had a rival. Not Batman, not Lex Luthor, but Captain Marvel, now known as Shazam. His comics were outselling Superman's. So DC said, hey, that's plagiarism, and they sued. The legal fight dragged on for 12 years. In the end, Captain Marvel was gone from the shelves. Superman didn't just beat him in sales. He erased his biggest threat in court. No punches, just paperwork. Fact 10, Superman lost to Muhammad Ali. In 1978, Superman faced a new kind of challenge, Muhammad Ali. Yep, the Muhammad Ali. They fought in space on neutral ground. No powers, no heat vision, just gloves. Ali trained Superman to box, then stepped into the ring and knocked him out. Why? To prove a point. Strength isn't everything. Skill, heart, respect, that's what wins. Even Superman had to take the L to the greatest of all time. We've just scratched the surface. These 10 truths, only the beginning. Because behind the cape lies a legacy darker, stranger, and more powerful than DC ever let on. Ready to go deeper? Like, comment, and subscribe. Because part 2 is where things really get wild.